Hey guys, this is Frozen Things Theos here, and welcome back to another movie review. And today I'll be doing a review on Shazam Fury of the Gods. So, Shazam Fury of the Gods came out yesterday, or rather Wednesday in my country. And this is second installment it's the second Shazam film, directed once again by David F. Sandberg and stars Zachary Levi, Asher Angel, Jack Dylan Grazer, Adam Brody, Rachel Zegler, Helen Mirren, Lucy Liu, and others. And basically, the plot for his film this time around is about the Shazam family who are like teaming up to fight crime. Like it pretty much just starts off with them, saving a bridge from collapsing, but then danger begins. Like actual danger begins when the daughters of Atlas come to Earth to take the power away from boys. When they found out that the powers that the wizard they used were stolen from their father Atlas and used on kids. So they come to Earth to take away their power, and they must be stopped. Yeah. So that's basically the plot. So the first Shazam film is probably the most surprising movie of 2019. As I thought that movie was going to suck, but it ended up being really good. Do I think it's a masterpiece? No, not really. But you can check out my review of Shazam Fury of the first Shazam movie, and yeah. But I will say I was already hyped for Shazam Fury of the Gods, knowing it would be better than the first film. First of all, I think the main reason why I'm hyped for this film, I'm gonna go straight to saying this, is because of Rachel Zegler. Like Rachel Zegler, you if you've seen West Side Story, then you probably know how much of an amazing actress Rachel Zegler is. In fact, I think I'm gonna be rewatching West Side Story after this movie. After this review, I'm probably gonna rewatch West Side Story. But yeah, Rachel Zegler. I mean, she gave an Oscar-worthy performance in West Side Story. It's still a shame that she got snubbed at the Oscars. Like, do the Oscars just hate like teen performances? Like, but yeah, but aside from Rachel Zegler, I'll admit the reason why I was hyped for this movie, one of the reasons is because of the fact that it was gonna come out on my birthday. The trailer was so really good, the first trailer, and I called it the my favorite trailer of Comic Con. But actually, I admit I did overpraise the trailer. Like I don't think it's the best trailer of Comic Con 2022. That goes to the Black Panther Wakanda Forever teaser trailer. But that trailer was really good, and the fact that it came out on my birth it was gonna come out on my birthday. Like it got me more excited because I really wanted to see a superhero movie on my birthday. I mean that will be awesome. But then when it got delayed to March, my expectations of this movie, I kind of lowered my expectations. I got less high for it. In fact, I think it was it became an honorable mention to my most anticipated movies of the year list, if I'm not mistaken, or at least low top list. I don't remember where I put this at first, places at first, but then January 19 came when the second trailer dropped, and my hype for this movie went back up because wow, that trailer absolutely blew my mind. I think it is one of the greatest DC trailers, period. And I mean, I just can't believe how good the trailer was. I even made a trailer style out of it, and that's how good it was. And yeah, I mean, I love how the trailer made this movie look like it's gonna be a lot bigger and more serious than the first film, and a lot more mature as well with such grand music. So yeah, I was already hyped for this film. It was one of my most anticipated movies of the year. I said one of not my number one. But yeah, after seeing Shazam Fury of the Gods yesterday, after an exhausting work, I gotta tell y'all right now, I love this movie. It is a masterpiece, and I mean, I knew this movie was gonna be a masterpiece, and I knew this movie was going to be amazing, and it was gonna be way better than the first film. But this movie blew my expectations away. I did not expect it to go that hard. Shazam Fury of the Gods it is a masterpiece. It is a perfect sequel, and I mean a perfect sequel to the first Shazam, and this is easily better than the first film. Not even close, and I'm gonna go as far as say this is now officially my new favorite DCEU movie. Yes, it's better than Zack Snyder's Justice League. It's better than Wonder Woman. It's better than Man of Steel, and it's better than sorry, I just sneezed. It's better than the Suicide Squad. Yep, Suicide Squad. I thought that movie was never gonna be top. That's my favorite DCU movie, but well, behold, the Shazam Fury of the Gods just dethroned it. Yeah, this movie. I mean, Fury of the Gods. That movie. That title pretty much makes sense because this movie is the god of the DCEU, and I mean, wow, I didn't expect it to be that good. And I will say that this is my favorite superhero movie of the year so far. Sorry, Ant-Man, the Wasp Quantumania. I thought this movie was not going to be as good as Quantumania. Now, to be fair, most of the movie I was like thinking, well, yeah, I was thinking that Quantumania is better for like most of the movie until the final battle. That was when I realized, okay, you know what, yeah, this is better than Quantumania. You know what, yeah, this is actually better than Quantumania. And now, don't get me wrong. I adore Quantumania. I think Quantumania is still the most underrated movie of 2023, and I will never understand the hate for Quantumania. But I just probably enjoy this more. Maybe it's because I just think Rachel Zegler was better than Cassie Newton, which is why I'll get to Rachel Zegler later. But let's talk about the other reasons why I love this film. And I can't believe this movie got mixed reviews again. Like it has like a 55% of Rotten Tomatoes. I mean, really? Like the first Shazam movie got like a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes, which I don't, which was kind of overly high, but I can see why it got a high score. But I mean, if Shazam one got a 90%, Shazam two should have been higher, like higher 90s. Like, I mean, it's so disappointing that I'm that this movie got bad reviews. I mean, do people just have respect for superhero movies anymore? Like, and yet people think The Flash is gonna be one of the greatest comic book movies of all time. I honestly doubt that. Yeah, I'm sorry, but there is no way The Flash will be better. Yeah, this is already the best of the four DCU movies this year. Sorry, Flash. I mean, yeah, this is only the first of DCU movies. I mean, you still got The Flash, Blue Beetle, and Aquaman: The Lost Kingdom, which I'm not excited for. Sorry. But yeah, but this is already the best of them all. It's already better than the Flash. It's already better than Blue Beetle, and already especially better than Aquaman 2. But yeah, now let's talk about why this movie is so good. First and foremost, first and foremost, I love that this felt like an MCU. This felt like an MCU movie while still not shying away from being feeling like a DCU movie. I mean, this feels like both the MCU and DCU combined, and I love that. It's like as if it feels like a treat for both Marvel and DC fans. Like they could have like actually come together. And I'm really tired of seeing the MCU and DCU fans fight. I mean, fight over one like Marvel and DC fans. Like back then, people say Marvel sucks and DC. Like people said DC sucks and Marvel rocks, but now people think Marvel sucks and DC rocks. Like they always fight over like why can't they get along? But this movie feels like it's trying to bring both fans together. It doesn't work sadly because no, a lot of people seem to not care, but I deeply care about this movie. And yeah, this movie is pretty much this movie feels like it raises the bar that the first movie already sets up. Now people are saying, oh, it's just like I heard reviews say it's most likely just another lighthearted, goofy fun, and some people say it's even goofier than the first film. No, I think this movie is a lot more mature than the first movie. That's what I love about this movie. It's just so mature. It's so mature, and I mean, yes, it's still lighthearted, but this movie combines the heartedness and the epic scale just perfectly. This movie feels like a mini Avengers movie. You know yeah, this movie literally feels like a like I'm watching an Avengers movie inside the DCU. And yeah, so I will say right now, I think that the Shazam team, the Shazam family, is my favorite DCU team. Yes, sorry Justice League, and sorry Justice Society, and sorry Suicide Squad. But I mean, yeah, if I were to rank the DCU teams, I would say Shazam family number one, Justice League number two, number two Suicide Squad, and Justice Society. Or I'm not sure. I'm not sure about Justice Society. And Justice Society is probably the weakest because we don't really see much from the Justice Society. But I like all teams. Well, Suicide Squad, depending on which version it is, but I'll count the James Gunn version. But yeah, but Shazam Family is the best DC team ever. I mean, literally, puts the Justice League in total shame. I mean, their chemistry with one another is just perfection because they're all a family. They're all family of raised orphans. So with like a family that feels like a family with foster parents that are still are still one of the greatest like fictional parents of all time. Like with Rosa being one of the best fictional moms and Victor being one of the best fictional dads. I mean, I love both of them equally, and even in this movie, they're both. I still love them both in this movie. They're really good, and yeah, I think the family's even better here than ever. Yeah, I've heard people complain that the Shazam family is mostly just how do I say it? So they mostly focus on the superhero self and their child selves don't really get much screen time. But to me, I think that's not really a criticism. I don't mind seeing the superhero team more because this is indeed a superhero movie, but we still get time with the kid with them without their superhero ego. I mean, and plus the characters literally do grow. People say that Shazam doesn't grow as a character, but yes, Shazam does grow. I mean, he's a lot more mature. He's less annoying. But even though I don't find him as that annoying, but I never really found him that annoying. But he feels a lot more mature. A lot more mature now. And he feels a lot he feels so confident now. Like you really see him like grow as a character. And even Billy, I prefer Billy over Shazam. I'm kind of, but well, yeah, but to be fair, I do prefer the kids like main self over the heroes. Well, with the exception of Mary, because with Mary, I'll admit I do prefer her superhero ego than her her human self. Also Pena. Pena and Eugene, they're both way better in superheroes. I mean, yeah, even the first fight scene in this movie. I mean, you already feel the chemistry when they both came together to fight to save a bridge from collapsing, and then we hear that "I Need a Hero" song, which by the way, that song still slaps. I mean, I've heard that song so many times before. Angry Birds movie too, which that movie sucks by the way. I still hate that movie. And probably has the worst use. Oh yeah, and Shrek 2 as well, definitely. And Loki. I think this one has the best use of I Need a Hero since Shrek 2. I mean, I could literally imagine like using the Shrek 2 cover, even if they use the regular cover, and I still think the Shrek 2 Fairy Godmother cover is better. I mean, this cover is still like really good for the most part, and I Need a Hero. That song still slaps. And yeah, speaking of action, man, this movie has so many action scenes. Maybe for a standard superhero movie, I wouldn't say there were a lot of action, but for a Shazam movie, especially when the first movie only had two action scenes, yes, this movie had plenty of action. Like you got the bridge scene, you got the first encounter with the gods when they were facing off, another fighting with the gods like in the middle, and then that one insane like 40-minute final battle that felt like an Avengers level final battle. Yes, the stakes in this movie are really high. Like they feel like an Avengers level threat. No, I would say it's more like on the same level as Avengers, the first Avengers and Age of Ultron. Like those Avengers, not Infinity War Endgame. Certainly not as big in scale as those, but I mean to have this like be on the same scale as Avengers 1 and Avengers Age of Ultron, man, that is a risk to take right there. This movie did take risk. And if you think this movie played it safe, no. This movie did have consequences. Like when remember the first movie when Shazam broke the stick, broke the wizard stick, and then just threw it. I mean for doing that he actually had consequence. He gets scolded by the wizard and he gets scolded by the wizard and the daughters of Atlas that came to get the staff and threaten the world because the staff like was found and put in the museum. That's pretty much Shazam's fault for doing that, and so like Shazam gets challenged because he of him like disrespecting the wizard's stick and straight up breaking it. He faces challenge now because the wizard like realized that he made a mistake of choosing Billy to become Shazam. Like he realized like why I choose this boy who and you really feel his character. Like you can clearly feel his growth. You can feel him like having consequences, and that's kind of what the first movie lacked. Some consequences. I understand why they play it safe and make it more family friendly, but and make it more family friendly. But yeah, I mean this movie literally people literally got hurt in this movie, and yeah, this definitely fixed some of my issues with the first film. Yeah, let's talk about some issues that this movie fixed up. Pedro and Eugene are more interesting characters now. Now I will admit, I think I was a little think on reflection, I was a little too harsh on Eugene. I thought he was all right. I guess he was just all right, but he doesn't really have he doesn't really have well, I mean he didn't really do that much but he was okay. I mean at least he has some sort of personality. Petro was the one family member that I didn't really care for, mainly because of how he just how do I say this how he didn't really have a personality but this one he did have a personality like he had a he loves watching football on TV, and he's gay, which by the way some people are offended by him. Come on, guys, stop with the gay hate, LGBTQ hate, right? It's annoying. I mean, all Pedro said was, "I'm gay." He didn't care as a boy. He didn't date anyone. He didn't tell us who his boyfriend is. He just said, "I'm gay," and then people just got straight up offended by it. Like, wow, people, wow. I mean, why are you always so offended over such little things that have diverse or quote unquote agenda in it? Y'all are just idiots. Y'all seriously need to grow up. Just if you think like just two words will literally offend you, two harmless words would offend you, please just grow up, you anti-SJWs. And I'm looking at you, Ryan Kinnell. Screw that you, sir. And also, but I think the main thing that this DCU that the DCU fixed is the villains. I did not like Doctor Savannah. Like, I mean, he had such a really good backstory and a perfect setup, but that will make you actually feel bad for him. But he ended up just being a generic and dull villain who just came out of nowhere. The Daughters of Atlas are a huge step up, and I gotta say this right now. I think Calypso is my favorite. Is my new favorite DCU villain. It's my favorite DCU villain. Now, you're probably gonna ask me, what about Anthea? Isn't she a villain as well? And I know Rachel Zegler would be your favorite character. Well, I will say this right now. Anthea was never a villain in this movie. Anthea was never a villain. She not even a villain turned hero like Goldilocks was in Possible's Last Wish. Anthea is just Anthea is just someone who was confused by whose side to join on. That's like she was never a villain. She never did evil things. Like she just had a little confusion on which side she had to join because you got the Daughters of Atlas who she is technically the younger daughter, so you can't really get away from that. But then Anthea loved Billy. I mean, I'm sure I'm sure without Freddy. I'm gonna say Freddy, not Billy, but without Freddy, I'm sure Anthea would have been straight up a villain without Freddy. But since she came into the school, this guy as a new student, and her name was literally Anne. But Anthea I mean, I'm sure without Freddy, Anthea would have been a legit villain. But Freddy really changed Anthea's life, and I love that Anthea really has heart. Really, she has a lot of heart and soul to her. She's such a well written character, and I'm happy that people praised Rachel Zegler as the best character in the film and a standout because she really is a standout. She is the best. Probably the best DC character ever, and I'll go as far as say, she might be the best character, my favorite character in a superhero movie ever. Like even better than all the MCU female characters, and that's such a um, that's like high praise for this. And yeah, sorry Maria, but I think this might be Rachel Zegler's best performance, even at dethrowing Maria. And let's see if she can win the Frozen Awards 2024 for Best Supporting Actress. We'll see how the rest of the year goes, but right now for sure, I may actually give her the award for Best Supporting Actress. But yeah, Rachel Zegler. Yeah, this movie made me a Rachel Zegler fan, like even more than I originally was. And Rachel Zegler is a perfect character. Freddie and Anthea are the best DCU characters. The best DC couple ever. Sorry, Superman and Lois, but yeah, Freddie and Anthea, they're also tied with Peter and MJ. And they're even on par with Peter and MJ from the Spider-Man Far From Home and No Way Home as my favorite superhero movie couple. Now, I would say that I still would choose Peter and MJ over Freddie and Anthea, since Freddie and Anthea were only together for one movie, and not really a lot of time with them together, but Peter and MJ had a lot together. So yeah, but Freddie and Anthea are perfect together. And among the Shazam family group, Freddie is my favorite of them all. I mean, I would also consider him my favorite character in the first film. Thinking about it, yeah. The more I think about it, I think Freddie's my favorite character. I said Billy's my favorite character, but yeah, Freddie is my favorite character. The more I think about it, and yeah, among the Shazam family, yeah. If I were to rank the Shazam family, in my opinion, I would go for I would say Freddy number one, number two is Billy, number three and four are between Mary and Darla, depends on which Shazam movie. The first Shazam movie, I would put Darla number three and Mary number four. But in this movie, I would say Mary number three and Darla number four. Number five is Eugene, and Pedro is the weakest, but I still like Pedro either way. But yeah, Anthea's great. Freddie. I know. Oh yeah, Freddie is Jack Dylan Grazer's best performance in my opinion. Sorry, Alberto from Luca, and sorry, whoever what's his name again in chapter two, Richie, I think. Wait, what's his name again? I forgot. Wait, hold up. I'm just trying to remember what his name was. Oh yeah, Eddie. Yeah, Eddie from it. Actually, but yeah, I always think that Freddy is Jack Dylan Grace's signature role. Actually, why didn't I think of that before? I thought that Eddie was his best performance in it, but yeah, yeah, this is truly his best performance, and even Zachary Levi gives his best performance. It still shows. He still shows that he is one of the greatest casting choices for Shazam, and this movie like pretty much shows it. Shows it that he is like that perfect, and yeah, also this movie has also gave me all the feels as well. Yeah, it made me feel like happy, like I was literally smiling throughout the movie. And I was and also it was also emotional as well. Oh yeah, by the way, I I'm my bad. I think I'm not talking about the Dars last yet. Hesmera is a great villain as well. Maybe my favorite Helen Mirren performance, but again I might have to think about it. But right now I think she is my favorite Helen Mirren performance. But Lucy Liu's Calypso is the standout of both villains. Of the two villains. Yeah, because like I would say she is Calypso is the big bad of the movie, who's the one causing all the destruction, and when her sisters had disagreed with her, she literally she goes, like, I don't care, I want to destroy the world, I want to destroy humans. And she actually has a really good point on why she wants to take over the world. Yeah, Calypso has dethroned General Zod as my favorite DCU villain of all time. Yeah, my new favorite DCU villain. And yeah, but okay, back to what I was saying. This movie is also emotional as well. Like there were like some scenes where I teared up. Like specifically in the end, when it comes to Billy and Shazam, the uh Billy and Freddy's relationship. Like when Freddy like tells Billy, don't do this, don't face off and against Calypso, and then Billy's like, I have no choice, I have to do this, I have to save everyone. That really got me into tears. And by the way, yeah, the final battle is amazing. It's just as good as Avengers 1 and 2 final battle. Like the final battle in Philadelphia it actually reminded me of the final battle in the, it sorry I'm stuttering. It reminded me of the final battle in New York in the first movie, and I really like that. But I think my favorite part of the final battle is Shazam versus Calypso. Like inside the dome and in the football field. Like you saw the trailer when the Shazam's like suit became burnt and it started looking like Black Adam. Wow, that final battle was absolutely electrifying. I mean, it was so huge. It was so massive in scale, and yeah, I love how long the final battle went. It went for like almost an hour, just like those big MCU movies, and I really like that. And I won't spoil you guys what happened in the end. Don't worry, guys. No big spoilers here, but man, I was sobbing at the end. Like there was something shocking that happened. I was shocked that they would do that had the balls to do that. But actually, I thought they were gonna go for that ending, which was shocking. But in the end, it didn't really happen because of because that scene became like reversed, and it like what I thought was actually gonna happen, things didn't happen, and I was like, oh, thank God. Because that would have been so messed up if they went for the ending we thought was gonna happen. That would have been so messed up. And and yes, people, my favorite scene in the film was when Wonder Woman was when Wonder Woman came in. Yes, people, the Wonder Woman cameo is real. And I can actually talk about I can actually talk about the Wonder Woman cameo because I think she was already shown in a TV spot. Yeah, I mean I literally cheered like seeing Wonder Woman enter, and I think that was probably the best cameo that the DCU had. Michael Keaton's a Batman in the Flash got nothing on Wonder Woman's appearance in this movie, and yes, in the end, guys, I think it was a perfectly satisfying ending. And Anthea actually joined the Shazam family, and that made me really happy that Anthea is actually now part of the family, and yeah, I was so happy about that, and yeah. Also, one thing I forgot to mention about Anthea, her powers are so cool. I mean, her powers is basically how do I say this? Her powers is she's basically the female Doctor Fate, but whenever she controls things with her power, um you see like really Doctor Strange like visuals, like going around like like similar to Doctor Strange and Doctor Fate how they did. Anthea is basically the Doctor Strange and Doctor Fate, like the female version of both heroes, but I should say she both put both characters to shame. And fun fact, people, the Daughters of Atlas are actually completely original characters. They were never in the comics. They were made specifically for this movie. I applaud DC for actually having the balls to make original characters. Yeah, that was really cool. So overall, Shazam: Fear of the Gods is my favorite DCU movie of all time. It is right up there with the Batman, the Dark Knight, and the Dark Knight Rises is my favorite DC movie of all time. This is my favorite superhero movie of the year. Although I still think Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 and especially Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse will dethrone this, but this is already the far superior, the best DC movie of the year by a landslide. I don't know how the other three can even come close to this one. It's just a masterpiece on every single way. Period. And Anthea is my new favorite. Anthea is my new favorite DC character of all time, and my favorite character in a superhero movie in general. Despite she's not really a hero. I mean, this movie is. This movie pretty much ups the stakes of the first Shazam. It's a lot more epic. It's daring. It's a lot more fun. I will say that the humor. I forgot to talk about the humor. It's funny, but I do think it's not as funny as the first film. That's one thing I think the first Shazam did better. But I mean, I do prefer serious movies over comedic movies, so that's not really a problem to me at all. Yeah, Shazam: Fear of the Gods. It just nails its maturity in every single way possible, and it makes it really grew its characters. Hey guys, I encourage you all to watch this movie. Don't make it bomb at the box office. So we need to save Shazam because Warner Bros. And James Gunn said if this movie makes money at the box office, if it's a box office success, then Shazam will return to James Gunn's DCU, and we get to see the Shazam family, and we get to see Anthea once again, and especially Anthea once again. We need more Anthea, but if this movie bombs at the box office, we will not see Shazam anymore. Like Shazam will not return to the DCU, and Shazam will officially be done. So please, let's work together to bring Shazam back to James Gunn's DCU. Watch his movie theaters, pay all your money, and yeah, and is this my now you may be wondering, is this my favorite movie of the year so far? Well, no, that's still, I will say Scream 6 is still my favorite movie of the year so far, but Shazam Fear of the Gods is my second favorite movie of the year so far. Scream 6 still is number one. So also for my review of Shazam Fury of the Gods, what is your opinion on this movie? Do you agree with me that this is the best DCU movie, or do you agree with the majority that is underwhelming and inferior to the first Shazam, or at least even if this may not be your favorite DCU movie, do you agree that this is the best Shazam movie ever made? Comment down below, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and stay tuned for a brand new top 10 list. Not related to Shazam or anything DC related, but just the top 10 list that I want to do. So yeah, bye guys.